Hello troglodytes, and welcome back to another video. So, in today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at KDE Linux. This is a Linux distribution made officially by the KDE Foundation, by the KDE developers. And from what I have heard, I believe it's like a special immutable distro that's based on Arch, and it's super mega testing right now. And yeah, we're going to take a look at it. Alright, so before we actually jump into the video, I just want to say that KDE Linux is not ready for production. It is not a stable distro yet. That'll become very obvious throughout the rest of the video. It is meant to be... It's not ready yet, so don't just go downloading it. Don't go say, oh, I have all these weird bug reports, everything's broken. Yeah, because they're still working on it. It's not ready yet. So just keep that in mind throughout the rest of the project, the video. But when it's done, it's going to be but when it's done and when it's ready, it's going to be this beautiful immutable reference platform. So it's loosely based on Arch Linux. It's kind of loosely based on the Arch Linux base and some packages there, but it uses a whole bunch of other fancy stuff to make it nice and immutable. All the standard stuff. Other people have talked about that in depth. I'll probably link that in the description if I remember. But it's going to be this lovely immutable system, and it's going to be a nice reference platform. So that means that, oh, I am a Fedora developer. I have a bug with my, with the Fedora KDE spin. I can check that, like, oh, well, does this bug exist when KDE Linux is ready and stable and public and actually ready? Does this exist on Fedora KDE, so this bug I have on Fedora KDE, does this exist on KDE OS, and so on and so forth. And that's going to make, hopefully, everybody's lives a lot easier, so that the KDE team isn't like dealing with tons and tons and tons of bug reports from people on like Gentoo and Fedora and Kubuntu and all these weird other distros, like third-party projects that may package things weird or use older dependencies and this, that, and the other thing. So that's kind of the main gist of it. That's what it's going to be. But currently it is very testing and not ready for everybody to download just yet. So with that being said, on to the video. Alrighty then, so this is the KDE Linux kind of install page, I suppose, and this is where we're going to start. So, I have already installed the KDE ISO image writer. Right, whoops. ISO, there we go. So I have that. We just need to go and download the image. So, install that. So, okay, so we're gonna grab the latest raw looking boy over here, and just says test.raw. Oh wait, this one was, what does this mean? This was uploaded at 3:21 in the morning. And this one was uploaded at 3:22 in the morning. Okay. KDE Linux Live is there and it's ready. So let's just, we're gonna do that. So we're gonna be installing this today on the lap. Because, oh yeah, I need a pop filter. Because I recently got, as you can see here, my Dell display right here. This was the display that was part of the lap. I have now turned it into a janky monitor, and that sits down here. It does basic third monitor things, And so that's why we're going to be installing this on the lap today, because why not? It seems pretty fitting. Oh, yep. Okay. Okay, no, something's changing. I see a mouse cursor. It is booting. And now it's probably tried to go into 120 hertz mode. Okay. That's great. Why do they always, what is happening right now? Okay, I can't see what's happening because my main display is turned off. So let me just bring my OBS window back up here. Plasma, okay, well. A lot of stuff is happening right now. Let's just, okay. The plasma shell is, yeah, this is, very much a testing branch, I can see. It just immediately boots up. 3 error messages appear. It's like, okay, that's not so good. Well, let's just ignore that and plow on anyway, I guess. All right, so we're back on the subject now. And let's boot this up and see what happens, I suppose. Subject, fresh back from OpenSauce. My favorite computer. Oh, that's a good sign. Okay, so we have a desktop. No. No. Wait. No. Yes. No. For some reason, this computer just crashed way more quickly. Welcome to the KDE Linux installer. I grab something to install it to, perhaps? So that's not the one I want to use. Can I choose a different device? Does not see my SD card I just put in there. So this is the one we installed. There's test.raw. Oh, is that the one we did? No, it was this one that we did. So wait, but these are all... Wait, these are all... My god, this is really just bleeding edge. Wait a minute. Because these are all today. Every single one of these was uploaded today. They're really blasting these things out, aren't they? Okay. Interesting. Should we try the test.raw version, maybe? Maybe that'll work a little bit better. That's what I'm assuming. Yes. Okay. So trying this on real hardware is, I think these are just hyper early dev versions, so it's kind of fun. Okay, so I figured out what was wrong with my, or at least I fixed the weird bugs with my capture card for right now, at least. Basically, I had done some upgrades into my computer, and I had to unplug everything and plug it back in again. And for some reason, that just weird stuff will happen. And now, I don't know. I've updated OBS too, so maybe that caused some problems. I don't know. Whatever. That's been fixed. So I'm just really curious if that really, really weird display mode, because it was set in some like 720p 30 mode, and maybe it just didn't like that. So I'm just gonna let's just try it again one more time on real hardware and just see if that'll make anything better. No. It's now just crashing in 1080p resolution instead of in 720p resolution. Unable to install... Oh, okay. Okay, I guess we're not going to use VMware then. Okay, let me grab something else here. What does that mean? Operating system not found. Do we not worry about that? I guess. Failed to start. Okay, well it doesn't, I don't think Boxes is not authorized to run in the background. Oh, no? Oh, I don't know what's happening right now. I don't think it likes this. I don't think it likes. I don't think it likes this. This is booting from hard disks. This is so small. Okay. Well, this is not its supported type, so there is that. Alrighty then, so I've tried all of the versions except for, so this is one from 2024, and I don't know, maybe that will work better. So this is a version from July of last year, so I guess we'll see if that'll be any different, I guess. Whoa, that's different. Look at that. There's like a little KDE with like a wizard guy. Oh, that's kind of fun instead of like the new KDE. Well, I mean the KDE logo, I guess. A little different. It's a little different. Oh, this would be fun. Okay, what's it gonna do then? Okay, well now it has the normal KDE logo. That was kind of fun with like a little wizard guy though. I did like that. Oh. Alright, well this one's not bugging out. So we're gonna try this one then. Okay. Screw it. This one's not bugging out immediately. But does it see my... It does, no. Power saving USB. No. Doesn't see the SD card. Interesting. Well, I can reinstall whatever on there again later, I guess. We're gonna just say YOLO and continue. Okay. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna do that. Okay. Probably a bad idea. Oh, can I see all the fun stuff? Yeah, I can see all the fun stuff. Okay. So goodbye, Pop OS. Say hello to KDE Linux. It's actually not called KDE Linux in this version. It's called KDE OS. I guess sometime in early 2025, they're like, you know what? No, we're not calling it KDE OS. We're calling it KDE Linux. Maybe because GNOME OS is also sort of a thing. Maybe I'll check that out later. You think GNOME OS will be more stable than KDE OS? No, don't take this as an indictment on like the latest KDE desktop. I've been running as you can kind of see throughout this video, maybe some of my previous videos, I have been running the KDE desktop environment really, really good. I switched over from GNOME a while ago when I had some problems, so it's really good. So this is just like, oh, they're making a brand new distro. It's a whole new project. It's its own thing entirely. And these are just kind of standard early teething issues that you should not, that are just, you know, they're making a new thing from scratch. They're going to have a lot of development problems. They're going to introduce new bugs. Weird stuff is going to happen. You know, so just keep that in mind. Oh, no, this is 6.2. Okay. This is still a fairly recent version, 6.2. Will it boot? I'm seeing nothing on capture. Not saying there's no signal. Just saying there's no picture. Okay, so I have reinstalled it now. So before, when I installed it originally, I did the boot straight into the thing. Don't do the skip the login screen. So this time I unchecked that, and I also left it as trog-guado for the device name, so maybe that will help. But we're gonna restart it. It's the wrong mouse. So we're gonna restart it and see if that'll magically fix my black screen issue here. Hey, okay. 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 Okay, we're getting somewhere. Yay, that fixed it. Okay, so I just did some weird stuff. Welcome to the KDE Linux operating system running KDE Plasma. Yay, you're all good. This page is being shown regardless of your network connectivity because you're using a development version. But by default, powerful when needed. All the good stuff. Let's just give them all the information. Why not? Okay. Okay, finish. I'm not gonna update it right now, just in case that like causes something to explode. So it comes with Firefox. It comes with Discover. What else does it come with? Let's go to all applications. CMake, cross-platform build system, makes sense. The software center, the emoji selector, Firefox. Qt application inspection and manipulation tool. Icon explorer, okay. KDE Connect, partition manager console. All the stuff you would normally expect. Ocular. There's some other stuff in here though, which is kind of cool looking. User feedback console, virtual machine manager, the welcome center. Okay, so there's not too much it comes with by default. I am curious about one thing though. Let's go back into the terminal. And can I pin this down here? Yeah, it's a, okay, cool. Is the top. Okay, so it's only using 1.3 gigs of RAM, so that's not terrible actually. It's fairly well optimized. So it's pretty good. I'm sure all the developers, like the one developer, send this to like Nico. Nico loves Linux reviewing this video. What the hell is he doing? He has no idea what these tools are. Yeah, I know. I'm just an end user just poking around with a development operating system. I don't know what I expected. All right. So it looks like you can see different types of values in here. Score, double. Oh yeah, I like having double score. Value, I have 0 score. Amplify, expand all. Okay, that expands all these. So I guess you can just see various stuff in here and you might be able to edit that if you wanted. Clipboard. Oh, that's interesting. Ports barcodes, true. Empty. True. So that's updating every so often, pretty frequently. Maybe I'll slow that down just in case. Every half a second. It should update in theory. So if I'm doing something, right, can I have my a little text editor here? And I'm just kind of, you know, this. And I'm a terrible typist. So if I were to copy, am I really just gonna fix the grammar and capitalization in this? Okay. So if I were to copy this, now I have something in the clipboard. It's down here in the little clipboard thing. Ah, now empty sets to false. Now it's telling me the string I have in there. Okay. That's pretty cool. And then if I were to go here and like, oh, what happens if I... Oh, edit. What? I didn't realize you could do that. Wait, can I do that on my main version of Plasma? I don't know. Interesting. What happens if I edit this then? Will that show up over there? History. Save. That shows up there. Okay. So that's pretty useful. If you want to do other stuff, let's type string. What if I copy something that's not a string? Or copy image. Okay, well, it didn't show up there. Did that actually copy the image? What would I paste that into? So I guess it doesn't see images in here, but before in the regular, so if I go back for a second here, so if I just go back to my latest stable version here, right? I go to the, is that an image? That's an image. Copy image. I think it'll show up here. Yeah, so it shows up here just fine. So maybe they either hadn't added that functionality yet, or it wasn't working in that build or something, but I totally can. Then if I want to, like, you know, go into a program or whatever, I'll just create a new image. Cool. Then I can just paste it in there and everything's all hunky-dory, right? So, and then it'll show up here. So I guess that's just that. Going back to my development version here. So that's pretty cool. So I guess that's what that app can do. And the Plasma Engine Explorer, you can kind of test around, see what's going on, do all that kind of good stuff. So there's the Plasma Engine Explorer, Plasma Theme Explorer. Is this going to be similar to the... Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah, so you can see here all the different... Can I play with this? Ooh, I can. Whee! Whee! Okay, so that's pretty cool. So you can just kind of test, oh, do these, you know, radio boxes work? How do they look? I guess for the people that are working on updating the default Plasma themes, and maybe this could be useful for people that are developing their own themes. I'm not really sure how that works, but this is a read-only system-wide installed theme. Okay, there's that, and we'll show margins. Oh, interesting. That made it green. I guess that says, oh, this is like the, if your mouse is in this thing, it will activate it, I guess. Tabs. So just various UI elements. I don't think I've ever seen... I guess the analog meter is looking a little funky right there. This is a read. Oh, yeah, okay. Do they use analog meters for anything here? So again, we'll just pop back into the what I have installed right now. I don't know where you'd find an analog meter in here. Yes. Yeah, so there wasn't an open in terminal thing in that version. For some reason, which you'd think that developers would really want to be able to open in terminal, but what do I know? The widgets. Are there any widgets that they have that would use that meter thing? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so because we remember when we tried to install the latest version of this before, it broke everything. So this looks like it's gonna try to update any packages. It's just gonna update, well, it's gonna update a lot of stuff, I guess. doesn't look like it's doing any system updates or anything. Like, not to the actual base system. I don't know. Let's click update all and see what happens. If we break it, we break it, boys. If not, I'll just have a install of KDE OS development version on my computer and see what happens. I guess for an immutable system, you don't update packages like this, do you? You update the chunks. I don't know if this is like an OS tree type thing, like what Bazzite / Universal Blue / Fedora Atomic is doing. Updating those chunks, or if it's a different, I think it might be a different kind of system. I don't know. I know it's immutable in one way or another, which is pretty cool. Definitely a good way to do things, I think. Okay, so it's updated all those kind of more system-y things, and I think it's now going to update all the apps. Not very many of which are installed by default. Just kind of nice. Yep. Okay, well, that's what I expected. Update issue. There's an issue during the update or installation process. See technical details. Cannot remove. It is required for VLC, so it can't remove these packages. The KDE platform 5.15. Can't remove this because it's required for VLC. Seems like VLC is causing me some problems here. Everything is related to VLC. Well, can we just get rid of VLC? And then try that again? Maybe we'll just do that. I don't care. Whatever. Okay, VLC. Whoops. VLC is gonna go bye-bye, and we'll see if that'll fix the update process, I guess. You know, just be patient. Okay, it's up to date. It's up to date. It didn't tell me to restart to apply updates, which is interesting. If I refresh that. Up to date. Okay. So I'm just gonna see what happens if I reboot the system, I guess. Let's just restart and see if it'll come back on again, I guess. So clearly that was just updating the applications on top of the system. That wasn't actually updating any of the base stuff in here. And we can, you know, install our favorite Flatpaks on here. It'll be interesting to see settings. Yeah, FlatHub. So that's the only thing in here is FlatHub. You will only be able to find your favorite Flatpaks in here, which is interesting. So there's all that. I mean, you can install, there we go, we just installed Flatpaks on the Flatpak thing. Large screen detected. Okay. Oh geez, this is so cool. Okay. Yeah. Now we're just messing with it. Now I guess the floor is, what is this? Sawdust, That's just frozen all the water in there? Yeah, it's freezing. Look at that. Yay! Cool. Sand. Whee! So that, I mean, that seems to work pretty good. So yeah, this is KDE OS. I mean, it works pretty good. They are still in, again, as I've said 1,000 times, and you know, very much active development on this, as it says right here. So, you know, for all the developers playing with this, that's perfect for them. For people like you and me, probably just stick to something tried and true. But yeah, I mean, overall, what can I say? We found a version that works. It has some really cool stuff in it that developers would probably find extremely useful, and end users like me would have no idea what to do with. So that's about it. Bye.